And as you can see, it was a chilly, chilly night up here at 9K last night, and everything is covered in frost. I did manage to find a spot that protected me from the wind last night. Ha! So yeah, I successfully picked a spot where the sun would hit me first thing in the morning. You can see everything's a little frosty. Also, need the temperature to go up a little bit so I can, dig a cat hole out here. Though the trick, you find a giant cow pop. Fresher is better. Pop that off, and then generally you'll be able to dig underneath it. As usual, I came out of town a little behind on editing, so I'm just finishing that up. Temperature has come up now that the sun is up, but it was a chilly night last night. Forecast was for 20, and I think that was down a couple of thousand feet, so I figure it was probably in the teens somewhere. I don't have a thermometer with me. I basically got in the tent, put every single thing on, and I was kind of concerned for a little while that maybe I'd reach the point where the ground was cold enough where I was going to feel cold coming up through my pad, but after an hour or two, things worked out. While there's a lot of discomfort and tedium out here, it's all about the small goals that get you to the bigger goals. For example, last year, after that whole Noro-based nightmare, I still, every morning when I'm swapping my underwear, getting ready to hike, the fact that I have not crapped myself in the night means it's a good day. So you couldn't see anything in the video last night, but this is the campsite I found. The CDT is on the other side of that collapsed fence. I came over here, found something that didn't have any volcanic rocks, and actually worked out pretty well. It's at least partially protected, but I still got some sun in the morning. And it looks like if I was down low, there are clouds covering everything. Wind chill is just brutal this morning. Even with these things, I've got to stop to warm my fingers up periodically. It'll be better once I'm moving. Of all the comforts of civilization, I think the one that I actually miss the most is bathrooms that are not cat holes in single-digit wind chill. So today is more of the ups and downs, but smaller than yesterday. It looked like that climb yesterday might have been one of the bigger ones left in this whole trip. And I do have a water source in about 9 miles. I have the joy of following the Gila alt for a mile, at which point there's a water source. Fill up everything, and then it's another 24 or 27 miles till the next one. It looks like, at least for this section, I should have water at least once a day. And obviously I am not drinking near as much while things are this cold. Today is also going to be the day that should give me a better idea of when I'll get to Winston. It's Tuesday. I basically need to get there after Thursday, which is Thanksgiving, because the post office will be closed, but before it closes on Saturday, because I really don't want to sit around on the porch of the community center for all of Sunday. This is the downside of sending resupply boxes, and why when Jen and I were talking about it in the hotel the other night, I'm leaning towards just buying at Silver City and Lordsburg. It is nice to get all the treats and the beans and everything, but I seem to get screwed over way too often with the boxes. I think the big fans of the resupply boxes are mostly people that are staying in town more than me. Because yeah, if you don't care if you're gonna stay an extra day or two here or there, then less of a big deal to get the mailed packages. But those extra days add up. Especially when you're in mid to late November in New Mexico. There is a little dinky shortcut alt through this section, stays down in that canyon. It looks like it came about because of additional water sources down there, but the comments on it didn't seem that good, and you miss out on the spectacular views up here. Everything is sparkly. And here's where the Green Line alt comes back in. Would have been nicer to camp down here, but footing was getting a little iffy last night. And I really hate digging into my pack late at night. Weird quirk. And there's still water out here. That would be an example of one that I wouldn't be overly thrilled to filter out of. It would be drinkable, but all the sediment. I'm noticing the cows out here having a bit more in the way of horns. I really gotta stop stressing about my timing to Winston because this is kind of slower going. So there's the desert floor, and here's what I've been coming across. The fun thing is, some of these bushes have spikes. I assume this is the burn from a couple of years ago. This entire section and a lot of northern New Mexico got shut down in last year in April time frame. I really wasn't expecting that. I was expecting fire closures further north. You know, kind of the reality of life out west these days. But yeah, instead record fires on the south end, and some people had a broken footpath due to that. They basically had a deadline where they had to be out of the forest by. Okay, so this is the point where the Gila route departs from the actual CDT. As luck would have it, the only reliable water source that I found in this area was a short distance down the Gila route. So I'm going to go down, hopefully fill pretty much everything, and then be back up here to continue on my way. Unfortunately, this spring is a mile each way, and as you can see, I'm losing a not insignificant amount of altitude, but oh well. Okay, and here's the spring. I at least see some ditch water, which is a good sign. And okay, works for me. Ooh, nice and clear. I'm really wishing I had swapped out my filter. It is taking forever to filter 6 liters, and it is an ice box out of the sun. That was a painful 30 or 40 minutes. So I filtered 1.5 liters to drink, and I've got 6 to carry. Oh, that sun feels better. So fortunately, my pack's not feeling all light and wimpy anymore. This water carry is possibly 22 miles. Then there's a backup source at 27. And at least so far today, I have not been moving as fast as I would hope. That means I may have to draw back a lot of my plans if I'm not able to make, 20 a day. But hey, never know what's around the corner. Plus side of this hill should be warm by the time I'm up top. Okay, and at long last, the actual CDT through this section. Cross-country barn area, which I did expect for at least part of this based on the overlap with the gut, which I don't even know what mile marker that is. I should check at some point. Yeah, I don't think people come this way very often. I was just looking while I was taking a shoulder break, and it looks like the Gila actually cuts like 100 miles off. That's like an entire week. So unfortunately, this section is mostly cross country right through here, and it is going to be really hard to keep picking out the ducks. Oh, speaking of which, there's one over there. Once it gets dark, damn it. I really wanted to push some more miles. Probably wait till it's about dark, and then might even be a challenge to find a campsite in this. I'm in a crappy place. It's been side hilling over, hidden grassy rocks and just rough terrain. I don't think I'm going to get clear of this tonight. I've been hoping that I would find a campsite at this saddle, but I'm going to have to get real creative here. I can make it work, but there's a lot of rocks hidden around here. I've come 15 miles, but 2 miles of that were sideways miles to get water. If I had any sort of reasonable trail, I was going to push it since it's nicer, it's not windy, and the temperature is reasonable. Oh well, it's not going to help if I twist an ankle. So I did manage to get things set up. That is the beauty of this tent. I can position it just perfect. Shouldn't have any trees or anything fall on me. It is kind of discouraging. I still have, 80 miles to Winston. And I made 15 today. That was starting at a very good time and basically hiking all day with the, water excursion there was no choice. So I'm not anywhere near giving up on my goal, but that is discouraging. I do have enough food with me that I can stretch. I'll not have dinners for a while. So just more of the same. There's good days and bad days. Home sweet home.